This is Busted Knees and Pretty Trees. We appreciate you coming along. It's a great time to be outside, folks. Yes, I know, it can be difficult to find time. We're all very busy. I've heard it all before, mostly in high school from girls I asked to hang out with. I can't imagine the regret they must feel to this day, especially now that I'm a podcaster.
Real popular with the ladies here.
Let that be a lesson. You don't want to miss out. We can find some time. Without playing, we could all cut some unproductive screen time. To you trail bosses who done been out there, we salute you. Stay hydrated and carry on, you sauntering savages.
Yeah.
And you know, we'd love to hear about what you're exploring, what you've discovered, and if you have a tantalizing tale of terror on the trail. We'd love for you to share it. BustedPretty.com. And I think the other ones are Busted. I was looking at our Instagram, and it is literally spelled out at BustedKneesAndPrettyTrees.com.
Yeah, Busted Knees and Pretty Trees on Instagram, Busted Pretty at Blue Sky, Busted Knees and Pretty Trees on Threads, and Busted Pretty on TikTok.
TikTok.
Yes.
Oh, we're talkers. Well, shit, you know what? You can even go ahead and DM me those cool stories, at Travi J Dub on the IG. And then we even got Bradley Greer over there with his photography, his good nature photography.
Yeah, I think that's
be talking about
B.R. Greer.
Yeah.
That's just at B.R. Greer.
Yeah.
Nailed it. That's
These
pretty
old
good.
dudes hit the socials hard the last year.
Right?
You know
Well,
what I mean?
Patty, some people have been on it since, the early 2010s.
Yeah, some of us have
2010s.
already given up on it and realized
Some
what
of
a
us started
waste of
with,
time it is.
Yeah, we've given up and come back.
I gave up on it shortly after Facebook was invented. When it was still a college thing.
We were on MySpace.
I was a Tom guy. Tom was my best friend.
Your only friend?
Probably, dude.
Yeah. Oh.
Nobody could actually get my MySpace page to load. It was so edited with the backgrounds and all the each card. Everything had a different sound effect. It was, dude.
Yeah,
That's some
I can
emo
see
rock
that.
song playing.
Yeah, it was Blink 182 or something.
That's like the only time when you would love it is when the internet was in the wild, wild west period.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's keep her going. This week, we're going to go over what the Warbler stock 2026 hippies have been up to the last couple of weeks. Much to grow.
That's what they should call it, Warbler stock.
They
That'd be
do.
Awesome.
They do?
Yes.
Oh. Damn.
Dang,
Hell yeah.
I know a little bit of something about the world's biggest bird and stuff.
Biggest week.
This is a weird
This one's
start.
broken
dude.
up, yeah. But yeah, we have much to go through. Plus, we got a one-on-one exclusive with Patrick himself and all about his change of tune after recently visiting a national park.
Yes, that is for sure.
My name is Travis White, and of course, my fellow associates, Bradley Greer and Paddy Richardson.
Hello.
Thank
you
you
guys have heard us
guys
talk.
for
We've been
coming
talking.
along. Yeah.
We're just goddamn excited. Brad and I are over here like chomping at the witsy bitsies.
Ooh.
Ooh. Keep going, Travi. Don't let me mess you up.
Yeah, I know there's more. I don't want to prematurely call in Walt.
Whew,
Well, this is our big spring. I feel like this is probably going to be an annual thing. The way that you guys kind of geared up,
Not
and
probably.
Yeah.
planned out, and I was watching it from the sidelines go down. Chad got involved, Jabin got involved,
Yep.
and I guess there was an older gentleman that he's an older brother that's a grumpy type fella,
Joe.
but Bradley from the Busted Knees and Pretty Trees program really livened him up
He's not a
out there in
grumpy.
the fields.
Where'd you get that from?
you and Chad.
Yeah,
Oh.
kind of.
That was his MO that Chad said in our group chat that this is a grumpy.
Well, what if
old-
he listens to this?
Well, hey, he wasn't grumpy while you were there. I'm sure if he's a grumpy Gus, he knows he's a grumpy Gus.
Yeah.
Well, it's official because I think Brad and I agree that this will be an annual thing that I'll have to go through. The birding festival.
Dude, absolutely.
Pre and post.
Yeah,
The lead up and the hangover.
Man, no doubt about it.
I think the lead up's been about 3 months.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's super fun. I mean, in any other,
After when we had the New Year's Eve party and the ball dropped to B.W.I.A.B, we're like, oh boy,
birding festival
here comes
season.
B.W.I.A.B.
2026, baby.
Dude, from the moment we left the birding festival last year on our way down to trail days, we were already talking about how we wanted to get back here, dude. It is a fantastic time. It's family friendly. It's accessible to everyone. It is. I mean, I know. Trust me, my 16-year-old self would be rolling his eyes at me right now.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But I'm telling you that there is something just like heartwarmingly fun about these festivals. It's no pressure. Get up, get out, walk, hike, chat with your friends or family. It's just a good time.
If nothing else, it's a beautiful area, and you're discovering all kinds of new parks, nature preserves, wildlife. There's so much like that between Toledo and Cleveland.
Yeah.
It's like all wildlife.
That's right.
Nature preserve.
We'll get into it because I don't want to hit a couple of my topics that I have. But Travi, you will not be disappointed. It is a very good time.
No, I know, and I wanted to mention it just because this is kind of our really the first established time that you guys have been pretty big into birding and everything. And as you went out there, of course, just there's bird pictures coming down the feed, all the stuff you guys are doing, and it got me stoked. And what's nice is, I mean, it's not that far away where you guys went, so we're pretty much in the same region where all these birds migrate.
Yep.
And just like I mentioned last episode, like these new birds coming in made me clean my windows so I could look out back and see them a little bit better.
Right.
Let the bends see through them a little better.
Oh, absolutely. I had to clean those too.
Nice. even cleaned his bends.
Cool, dude. Cool.
I want to make sure I know what the hell I'm looking at.
I got my two nephews out this migration. I got my sister-in-law was out this migration. I've gotten texts and phone calls from family members that were out walking around. And a great majority of those people found out about it because of this podcast. So, I mean, in honor of what we try to do on a weekly basis, we did it this migration.
Yeah.
We got quite a few people out there.
Yeah, my mom sent me a picture of a mockingbird.
Oh,
on
yeah,
her
that's right.
Which is
laundry line.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like that's
And
wow.
That's
she has
awesome.
Like he
Orioles,
sent that,
too.
and I asked Chad, like that's pretty crazy, right?
Do you have
His
a
mom
big
got him-
brick rolling around in your kayak?
Nope, not that time.
Hey, there he is, dude. Episode 84, you guys. This is the 82nd or 81st News Panther.
Oh, nice.
Jumping Jahoozy snoots, dude.
Dang.
We've done them that, like,
I'm on my way through all of the episodes right now. And ironically, right now, I'm on the tantalizing terror trip, whatever.
funny.
I'm on that episode. And I believe that's the first.
Our Halloween episode?
Our Halloween episode is the one I was on.
2025.
That was your News Panther was about the Bark Ranger dressing up as Batgirl.
Oh, man.
And then your other story was about the trail runner that went to North Carolina or something and got lost, and he was found naked and emaciated.
Remember, we kept calling back to that guy forever, too.
Bob Shock, right?
Yeah, Bob Shock. It was out west.
Oh,
yeah,
but he was
out
from
west.
North Carolina.
It was
That's
definitely Bob
I
Shock.
found him naked.
Yeah, remember he was like, oh man, I wonder why this trail's gone or whatever, and he ate a mushroom for the whole week. One mushroom, he said. Yeah, dude. I'm getting all these because our 100th episode celebration's coming up, and I got something really fun planned for us for that episode. So I'm trying to go back and listen to all 80 some episodes of our podcast and take notes and
Bob
little
Shock.
fun things. So
Is it
remember
gonna be
Bob
like
Shock, y'all.
In the Arms of an Angel slideshow you got ready for us?
No, but if I were to do a documentary, it would just be a slideshow, dude. That's great.
In the Arms of an Angel.
Hey, before we get too far into shitting on me again, let's get into this 84th News Panther.
Well, yeah, well, and speaking of, we're dipping back into a well that we've dipped in quite a few times. Got our toes dipped in.
Ooh.
It's a little dangerous dipping your toes in here, but
Okay, all
It
right.
keeps producing.
Yeah.
so we're taking the Busted Pretty van back,
Taking it.
back down to Southern Florida.
Yeah, all right.
Is that also official?
Yeah, it is. That's our thing. That's how we
Okay.
travel, bro.
Yeah. Why wouldn't we?
I didn't know if it was a bus or.
We spent a lot of money on it. Well, it's like a VW van bus.
It's a magic
Same
school,
thing.
whatever we want it to
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And now Jabin's the co-pilot.
be. Yes. Yeah. He's the one that takes
He
it.
gave
for
us
us.
the keys.
Yeah.
We're going back to visit the Burmese python, the invasive snake taking over the Florida ecosystems and destroying it. This isn't a story about how they're destroying it or like what wrong they're doing anymore. This is about a discovery that happened in the Francis S. Taylor Wildlife Management Area during a python tracking that's part of an ongoing University of Florida radio telemetry program using scout snakes.
Jumping Christ.
Yeah, that was a mouthful.
That was an earful.
I can't believe I didn't run out of breath.
Could you put that in 3 words or less?
Could you do the letters of
So
each
some
one?
scientists
Florida
discovered
snake science.
the scientists discovered something while checking out python nests that I stuck my head down this rabbit hole because they said University of Florida's radio telemetry program using scout snakes.
Damn.
So I had to Google that, right?
Duh.
It's a study going on, but it's a bunch of organizations are involved in it, specifically University of Florida. So what they're doing is when they capture males or females, Burmese pythons, they put radio collars on them. And the way pythons mate is there's like one female and a ton of males around. So they kind of can find these hot spots of where this is happening. And then where the nest is, because a female Burmese python can lay up to 100 eggs.
Whoa.
So if they can find these little hot spots, they can just go take all the eggs, and not they won't be born.
Yes.
You know.
Thank you.
They just go take them?
Yeah, or they study it
Toss a grenade?
and they try to learn more of the behavior of like what's going on with their mating patterns. So they don't always just go take them.
That's interesting.
What's
Once
weird
you can
because
control the population, now you can control it to the point that you can do science. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
Well, and there's been a couple things that I've
something whatever.
come across. There, like in Hawaii, they did this thing where there were goats. It was one of the Hawaiian islands, and I think I heard this on a radio lab or something. There was a Hawaiian island where goats were overrunning it and just eating all the vegetation across the countryside. Like it was one of the kind of remote, not very established or like what do you call it? Developed islands.
Goats are always fucking around.
Well, and it was from sailors, I guess, would drop goats off on their way to somewhere.
As
Then
they
on
do.
their way back, they would come back. I'm gonna eat that goat now.
Smart
Well, they did that
cooks.
with what? Chickens, pigs,
Yeah.
and everything else?
Yeah. So to get rid of these goats, they trapped one and they gave it some kind of like drug or something that made it always in heat. And then they put a radio collar on it. And so this goat would just go back out in the island, attract all the males. They're so like very social animals, so they're all like all together. And then so she's in heat, attract all the males. Then they would fly over with helicopters and just shoot all the goats.
Jesus.
It was called the Judas goat because like they were bringing all the like she was the goat of death basically.
betrayer.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
But now that it's under control, they got rid of all the goats. on the Hawaiian
Damn,
Island.
dude.
Many a men have been killed
Yeah.
that way.
Oh man, ain't that just a classic love story, man.
Yeah, so that's what that made me think of that. Like, well, that's kind of what they're doing. But now, like, one of the theories of predator management is not just like because you think like coyotes. I think in Indiana, there's open take on coyotes. Like, you can shoot them they're pretty unlimited. The
Any
times
time
you
of
can
year?
shoot them, yeah, like it's pretty open.
Really?
But that's where like biologists that are studying predator control, like that's not what they say. They're like, you want to get them before they mate. Like that's the prime time because you just want to stop them from propagating. If you're shooting them after they already had a litter, you're not really helping. You're just shooting it, and now the next generation's already out there.
right.
You're basically just killing the old people.
So it's like it seems like it's coming to where it's all about targeting. Like, don't even let them reproduce. Like, try to get them. Like, focus all your time and energy on that before they reproduce. And so that's what these scientists were doing.
Like common
Just to be
sense.
clear here, that this is an invasive, very invasive species.
Killing a lot of local
wildlife,
indigenous wildlife and fauna,
causing a lot of issues,
wreaking havoc.
Okay.
Yeah. And so when the scientists go out to check this egg, they like arrive at the python's nest, and it seems like some of these nests they kind of know where they are, and they just keep visiting them and monitoring them. So when they arrive at the nest, they noticed at least 4. Well, can you guys guess? There's a new predator that's like causing damage
In the
to
Everglades?
taking eggs from the Burmese python
Didn't
nest.
somebody talk about chameleons just recently?
Yeah, Jabin probably saw.
I don't
them.
know if they like eggs, though.
No,
It's another invasive species?
Yeah, and I will say it's very on.
Is it a bird?
On par with this week? It is a bird.
Yeah, I was gonna. It's what kind of bird?
So when they walk up, they notice 4 vultures circling the nest,
Wozers.
and they saw some actively feeding on python eggs.
Where are these vultures from?
I don't know, but I mean probably North America.
But
They were
I
either
thought you said they were invasive.
well, no, the vultures are invasive. The pythons are.
Well, that's
I
a
knew that.
different feeding technique for a vulture.
Yeah, right. They're carry-ons, so they're normally feeding on dead things.
That seems like easy peasy, lemon
But
squeezy.
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's,
but that's just not generally what you would think of a vulture doing. Is having their carry-ons. Normally, they eat off carcasses and dead things. They're scavengers.
Adaptation.
I know.
yeah, and it's like now.
Well, I think, does that count as scavenging eggs?
when I
'Cause
think
it's
that's
not
one
like
of the
you have to hunt it.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
That's
it's
true.
not a
Just sitting
prey.
there.
When
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things they're like hoping for now is that the vultures are targeting, like if they can somehow get that scent in their genetics, and that's something that they hunt for.
Oh, so they want that,
I think I don't think they want them to become fully dependent on them
right?
to where that's all they eat, because then eventually if they are gone, they're kind of screwed. But I mean, they're definitely cool with it. Like they don't mind it.
I have a question.
Okay.
Do you think that we relate scavengers to roadkill because that's the only time we ever see them, because there's an extravagantly higher amount of dead animals on the side of roads
I don't think I do.
than in like just random nature? Sure, I see you see them floating around over
Well, and even the
random fields, but you don't ever see them actually on the ground as much.
But the news
as you do
panthers
on the side
talked
of the road.
before about how like crows and vultures will alert. That's what bears will listen for or watch for,
Yeah.
and then they know that there's something there to go scavenge off of.
Right. Yeah.
So, no, I think they're scavenger species or carry-on species for a reason.
Yeah. Not just roadkill.
Yeah, not just roadkill.
Right. Well, I was thinking like they probably have a lot more ways of gathering food than just on the side of the road.
Yeah, because like bald eagles don't only eat fish.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're carry-ons. So they scavenge as well.
So,
So-
yeah, if you can take advantage of like
And
an
free eggs.
invasive
And that's like
species
super
that
rich
lays-
nutrient.
Darn right.
right,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
So
good eating.
They documented at least 17 eggs, but 3 of them were fully outside of the nest, and 14 of them were still inside the nest, but they were like cracked up, and everything was exposed or gone, and just like crumbled to the eggshells. The researchers did further inspection around the area of the nest, and they found no signs of other possible predators or scavengers besides the vultures were the only thing they saw, like footprints or anything. But they did say it was kind of crazy. The female was, they said, like 12 meters from the nest. That's pretty close. Like
The
just like
python?
sitting in the water, like 12 meters from the nest, where that they were at, like doing all this, like recording all this stuff that they're seeing.
Oh, dude, all
Do you
of this
think-
just gives me the EBGBs.
Yeah, for real.
Do you what's the relationship between the vultures and say that mother python?
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
is
it's
there
pretty-
like a prey?
I don't know. Like a big python could probably eat a vulture, I would think.
No doubt.
I imagine
about
it'd be difficult to catch though.
Yeah, I could see him
I don't
being
know.
skittered. I don't know. It's hard. I'm sure. I guarantee.
They're pretty
but,
good
like,
at avoiding cars that are coming their way at 70 miles
But
an hour.
pythons are super quiet. I don't know. That's a good Google search right there. I'm sure they have.
Yeah.
But they also noted that there were punctures in the eggs that are consistent with marks made by bird beaks. This discovery was back in 2023, but it was just recently published in a journal. And I think even the same group of scientists are still going out and checking on nests. So now this is like a new thing they're specifically looking out for to see if they find any more with vultures, like obvious signs of vultures eating the eggs.
And that makes me curious, like what other animals are taking advantage of these nests?
Apparently
Right.
not many.
And are
Well-
they just like slightly above like water level? Like
Well, they are under brush, so they did like note that the vultures must have like removed the layer of brush around the nest, like getting it all exposing. So they must have smelled it or something.
so they can't
And
necessarily
it even
even
makes me
see
wonder
it from
if
the
it's
sky.
like if there has to be like one cracked egg and the vultures smell it.
God,
It's kind of
party
curious,
time,
yeah.
y'all.
Like what makes them catch it?
Or when it like the first one hatches and just completely screws the rest of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's funny,
Yeah.
like you asked Travis, this does add to a growing list of predators that prey on pythons or like learning how to prey on pythons. Cottonmouth snakes are one, which are also known as water moccasins. I never knew that was the same thing.
I didn't either.
Snake on snake.
But they found juvenile pythons, Burmese pythons, in the stomachs of
Yeah.
cottonmouths. Bobcats have been seen removing eggs from nest, even like with massive pythons confronting it and like biting at it. The bobcat does not give a shit.
All he has to do is
Keeps
like
eating.
pounce.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
safe.
There's obviously alligators eat pythons and like eggs and all of it, anything. And the last predator of pythons, we have Taylor Stanberry, the winner of the Florida Python Challenge, who removed 60 of them in 2025 and won the championship.
Yep.
We covered her in a previous story.
Yeah, we did.
I'm gonna go ahead and give that a tight
Yeah,
red,
Taylor
tight
Stanberry.
line.
Jesus.
She killed it. She
That
killed the
woman
game.
is
Yeah.
her Instagram is insane.
Yeah, it is.
Dude.
And that was like a couple of days. Like that was 60 pythons.
Yeah.
Like in a short time span.
Her tight line is made out
Yeah.
of pythons.
So I think unless they like ruin a whole nest of 100 eggs, like no other animals can keep up with Taylor.
No.
Can we get her on the podcast?
Ooh, man, that'd be cool.
Yeah, not her, but somebody else reached out to us a few months ago, looking for an interview. So maybe we can get a Florida Python wrangler out there.
That'd be
We'll have to
awesome.
talk
God,
to,
this whole story just gives me the EBs. I cannot help it, but like alligators eating snakes jumping at bobcats. Like, I just picture this python and super smelly swamp, and they're just
Dude, some of the
floating around
photos.
like, oh my God, dude.
The U of F has a lot of photos and stuff on there. Like it's a cool, and even some of the marshland that they're walking through, the swamp grass or whatever it's called, is like feet over their head.
That's fucking
and they're just like
ridiculous.
pushing their way through it.
Jesus
and they're like in
Christ.
muck boots because
That
they're up
sounds
to
like
their knees
fun.
in
I
mud.
want to do that.
Man.
I do understand
Yeah.
that the python isn't jumping at you, biting you.
Okay.
It's going to be a slow death because I
It's
believe
gonna
pythons
wrap
will like
around
wrap
you.
around you and strangle you before you die.
But
like in my
I think
mind-
I'm free to bring a machete.
In my mind, I'm picturing like
You and your friend.
John Voight, like in the stomach of an anaconda while it's swimming. You remember that scene in Anaconda? Like that's what's in my mind. I'm telling you, my skin is crawling right now.
I mean, I know that movie was not dramatized at all, and I believed every second of it.
Well, it's a documentary.
And I think I've probably watched it a dozen times.
So much.
But I think I would like to do something like that. And between Brad bringing this story back up and Jabin talking about being in the Everglades, that really wasn't on my radar.
There's certainly a possibility.
Now I'm kind of getting a little interested about
I
what's
will
going on.
go if Jabin chaperones the field trip.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you wear one of the hats with the propeller on top.
And somebody gives me muck boots. Oh, thank God. I'm so happy to be out of that story.
Ended just in time.
Oh, my Lord, dude. I mean, I'm like over here like, ugh. Like, you know when you get bit by one mosquito and now you're just feeling insects all day, or that you find that
You feel
one
the pressure.
tick? Yeah, I'm like, oh, my God, dude.
Gotta
Could
get
you
outta
just
here.
imagine that? There's a 12 meters, you said? There's just a mama python. I mean, I'm picturing
sitting in the water.
10 feet long,
At least.
a girthy mama in the water, just staring at you. Yep. You're out there messing with it, and then all those other things oh my God.
I've helped pick one up that was like 23 feet long.
Oh, Jesus.
It took like 6 or 7 people
What's the
to pick it
biggest prey they take down, Matt? Like max?
Dude, no idea.
Or
this
not
is
prey,
the last
Like
thing
a-
I'll
like a
ever
doe?
research.
up. Maybe. I
A
don't know.
small deer is what you're saying?
I don't know if they could. I don't know.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, I have no
I would
idea.
think like a small doe, a Florida doe. They're pretty small.
Let's talk about birds.
I could be considered a small doe.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, you could, little guy.
Yeah. But a small doe with a machete is a little bit of a different story.
That's like your rap name,
Didn't-
small doe.
Didn't
Small
John
doe.
Voight
Parentheses
have a
with machete.
Didn't John Voight have a machete? Because
I mean, he'd be an idiot if he didn't.
That didn't help him in that documentary.
Well, I didn't know how to use it.
Yeah, it must not have.
They were a little too carefree.
Well, we got a fun one. Travi alluded to it. I'm so excited to get to this part of it so I can get out of that. We got a fun one. We're going to talk birding festivals and the spring migration. Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
these guys have been holding their breath for a long time, and
Miamo Pat is a bit giddy-o.
we're going to let it loose.
You guys ready to get to it?
Yep.
Bye.
Okay, the biggest week in American birding, the B.W.I.A.B. Right there, what is that? I would say near Sandusky, Ohio. What is the
Maumee Bay State Park is the headquarters.
Maumee Bay State Park? Which is that part of the Maggie Marsh wildlife area?
I'd say like the Lake Erie waterfront area.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think Maggie Marsh, and I could be dead wrong on all this, but I believe Maggie Marsh is its own separate area.
Yeah.
Because that whole birding festival, like Brad alluded to, I think the best way to say it's like that Maumee Bay State Park, that's the headquarters. That's where the resort and convention
No, the
center
lodge.
are.
Right.
We had a bet, and I won.
I'm the
It's
one that kept calling it
it's
a
the
lodge. It's not
No,
a
you
lodge.
kept calling it resort.
You
Oh,
got
that's right.
the Maumee Bay Lodge.
Yeah, okay.
And
That's right.
convention center.
And convention center.
and conference center.
Oh,
Dang it. I did my homework, you sons of bitches.
We did debate this for quite some
Yeah, we had a bet on it. But it basically, the easiest way to explain it is it goes from Toledo to Cedar Point,
Yeah.
and then some of Michigan, and then some on the other side of
Right.
Toledo.
For those Midwesterners listening, you know where Cedar Point is.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
It's right up there. On
Yeah.
the-
Or if you're not from here, you can say Cleveland. Maybe.
Yeah, something along those lines. Like you're getting close to Cleveland all the way on
Yeah.
the east
Right.
side.
Well, and the reason it's here because it's a hot spot for the bird migration, the spring bird migration, which it's the hot time, right? It's like May 8th through the 17th, I believe they said, at least for this year.
Mm-hmm.
What days did you guys go?
The 9th through the 12th.
So you were right there, right?
we were right in there.
We were maybe like a day or two early, I think.
Yeah, it's certainly like because we ended up following them on Blue Sky.
Yeah.
And that's where they were you could see updates of like what people were seeing wherever if they like posted that.
So you can kind of see like the more these people are posting, and you're like, okay, now we should probably.
There's a Wilson's warbler at Maggie Marsh.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yup, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Marker 5.
Yeah. It was really cool. And just to kind of explain that migration, because I just think it's really neat.
Yeah.
Living here in Fort Wayne, there's not a lot of like nature occurrences that people talk about that's like highly touted or just really, really cool. And I get a kick out of the fact that being in Fort Wayne, we're about 2.5 hours smack dab in the middle, east or west, of two amazing bird migrations coming up the Mississippi Flyway, I believe is what it's called.
Yeah.
And then up into Canada is Lake Michigan and Lake Erie. And the birds coming up take a pit stop right in front of those lakes in Ohio and then in Indiana and a little bit of Michigan, like Brad was saying.
Yeah.
They take a pit stop right there for a few weeks.
It's a very good time to rest before you have to fly over that
fly over the
water.
Great Lakes to their breeding places.
Yeah.
And not to mention here in Fort Wayne, they are coming through here. as
Oh,
well.
absolutely.
yeah.
I think Eagle Marsh says that like they get about 232 species that are can be found there during the spring and fall migrations.
I bet.
Primarily the spring.
Well, I think anybody in Fort Wayne or the surrounding area, if you've got Merlin on your phone this time of season, stick it out your back window, and you might be surprised by what kind of birds are flying through your area.
I just Merlin is the most fun app to have if you're outside doing. If I'm mowing my yard, I'll leave. If I'm in the front, I'll leave my phone on in the back with Merlin on, and I'll come back to just a little bit of like, ooh, that's cool.
Oh, I think Merlin's like an entry level birding drug.
Like, there's an
I agree.
Oriole around here somewhere.
I don't even know if it's an entry level birding drug. I would be hard pressed to believe that at any of the birding festivals that we've gone to, a good 80, 85, 90% of those people have Merlin on somewhere strapped to them. And they're looking at their phones.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what Travis is saying. Like downloading Merlin and sticking it out your back window. That's like the addiction into birding.
I
agree.
It
Sorry.
makes it so much more accessible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're not sitting there wondering what those birds are. Like, it's telling you.
And it's a great learning tool to learn the bird calls.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that's what really started driving me recently is just, wow, I didn't know that those types of birds could just be in my backyard.
Yeah, you had a Blackburnian warbler.
Yeah, I had some really cool. I wasn't able to spot them. Trust me, I was looking, but I really wanted to spot them, but I couldn't.
I hear you.
But I was glad to see that was possible. That you can get some more unique birds in the city.
Yeah, I think it's exceptionally cool for this region to have such a sweet like natural process happen. And if you ever have an opportunity to get to either the Indiana Dunes Birding Festival or to the biggest week in American birding, it is a very fun time.
I think just knowing about it is a hurdle.
Yeah.
I'm 42 years old and I never, knew about the bird migration.
Or
Like
even-
at certain times of year, you would be able to see different kinds of birds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or even just that area. We stayed in Port Clinton, which is pretty, like, not far west of the festival, but on the western side of the festival. And we didn't go to this side of that area last year. And so we kind of we were still in the middle of a peninsula. Like, it is kind of the Cedar Point. I think it is the Cedar Point is what they call it. Mm-hmm. And there's like a couple state parks up there, all kinds of townships buy land and turn them into nature preserves. So there's so many places to go hike, and they're super cool. And
what
like,
you're
I saw so many bald eagles and shit.
I wanted to mention that too. This festival isn't just people coming here to go look at birds. There's activities and stuff that you can do, including guided field trips. They got speakers and presentations that you can go watch. They got marketplaces with artwork and all that stuff, and there's anything from beginner to expert level birding stuff you can do.
Oh man, there's
photography classes.
There's photography,
Lightroom, like Adobe Lightroom classes.
Yeah,
I believe there's birding karaoke.
they give you computer software
there's
classes.
There's a birding tattoo.
There's a birding tattoo.
No
best bird
contest.
tattoo.
Oh my god!
They get it really is a great festival and a great area to go to.
Yeah, but
for
that's
sure.
like, and kind of my point too is not even if you don't even like go to the birding festival, just that area in general.
Yeah, it is.
It's super cool. Like we could tell Port Clinton was kind of like a summer town.
Yeah,
like there were a bunch of bars on the beaches and stuff.
When I got back, Catawba Island is what you're referring to, where
Yes.
one of the places you're referring to too,
Yes.
where it was so you have the birding festival east, and then where we stayed, Port Clinton was further west than that, about 10, 15 miles west of that. And then 10, 15 miles north of where we were in Port Clinton is Catawba Island.
Yeah.
And on Catawba Island, I think there was 7 parks.
which you can
there,
drive to. It's
which
not
you can
like
drive
it's not
to,
a
yeah.
boat island.
No, and it's just a long like road where there's water on both sides, and now you're on the island, and it was awesome. We spent the second day we went to this festival, we actually just stayed on Catawba Island for the whole second day. Brad, Sarah, and Logan went out to one place, and then when I got back over there, we went to another place, and then we went to another place, and then back to the apartment.
Yeah.
That was stunning because you were right on the water, Lake Erie, and it was a gorgeous day that day.
Yeah.
And then when you were walking through a completely different environment.
You know what I'm learning through this, especially with our exploration of Michigan, is the Great Lakes have so many little nooks and crannies and all this other stuff that I think you could probably spend a lifetime exploring the Great Lakes and never discover it all.
This is it's such a big area. And
well,
you
guys are close to the world's biggest geode.
That's on Put-in Bay.
Yeah.
So I know where you're talking. You do have to take a ferry,
and you
out
can kind of see it. I can see it glisten off in the sun.
Sparkling.
Yeah.
We're gonna go there. If next year
you could go from Port Clinton.
If I go to the birding festival, you guys have to go walk through the geode with me.
Next year, I'm going to the birding festival for the whole week. Like, I'm not just going
and you
for
can't
1 day or
take a
4
little
days.
time to walk through a geode.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like that, I would.
Oh, you get to walk through it
with going.
That's
all
how
week.
big it is,
yeah,
Brad.
It's apparently huge. We looked it up when we were there, and
Patrick could walk through.
Where we were, they said
he might have to
we
duck a
saw
little,
the ferry. I think there might be a ferry off of Port Clinton.
There is. Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I would take a half a day or a day to get out there.
maybe a quarter of a day.
Yeah,
to go look at it.
Get back. And it would be the evening.
No, it'd be like noon when the birds are the least active.
There you go.
I want a picture of you, Patrick, like just
Patrick for scale,
getting through that geode.
You got it, bro.
Yeah, and we need to hang it on the gallery studio wall here.
And make it blurry.
Done.
A little blurry.
So the size of this place too. What another kind of feature of all these parks and places is a lot of them are called metro parks.
Yeah.
And I've not done the Google search. So I don't necessarily really understand what a metro park is.
I think it's because I brought that up and you brought it up later in the day, and when we were at the Meadowbrook Marsh, it was a metro park.
Oh yeah,
and I had looked up. I still have my Gaia subscription.
Yes,
no matter how much trash I've talked about Gaia.
Well, that's because you have to get a year.
Come in really handy ever since you talked shit about it.
And accidentally renewed it again for a whole other year. But one big benefit that it has that's super helpful is it shows property boundaries and who owns the property. Okay. It'll say like your estate, Patrick, says Richardson's or something. It says Patrick Richardson.
Yeah.
So these, when I was at that Meadowbrook Marsh, like a lot of the other ones I looked at, when you look at the ownership, it's like that township owns that property, and it's not just a park. Like they didn't just make it a park, but there's something designation to where if they make it like a nature preserve or some kind of conservation property, then they get funding your tax breaks and stuff.
Oh,
Like you get extra stuff to take care of it.
right.
I mean, I think you get that when it's a park too, but it's just like a different category that it's in.
So it's township.
Yeah, I think
funded
it's
as a
not
metro
like
park.
they're not like state. They may be city or county, but yeah, it's like usually that local area owns it. And
I would
maintains
venture
it.
to guess that a good chunk of the parks that you go to closer to Maggie Marsh or to Maumee Bay State Park, that most of those are metro parks around there, and they're so clean. Like they're
Who maintains them? Who's
apparently the township.
They do.
Yeah,
but
well,
they
you
are
know
gorgeous,
what?
dude.
That's usually where like your smaller towns, they tend to take care of their parks a little
They have
bit
a cool
better.
spot.
Yeah.
But see, I think that might be it too, because you didn't see anything that was like Port Clinton City Park.
Nope.
So I think maybe they just call them metro parks.
That's true. Interesting.
Metro just sounds too much
City.
metropolis city, like So yeah, the festival draws thousands every
Yeah, I
year
think
in
the website
springtime.
said like 60 to 80,000 people,
Jesus.
but you wouldn't guess it.
Is it something you can just show up to, or
Yeah.
do you?
Yeah.
We've never, we've talked about registering for it, but you don't need to register for it.
No, I have no desire to register.
I saw there was a thing for registration, but
It's like if you want to go on tours and stuff, if you want to go to the
okay.
keynote speeches and participate in the Best Bird Tattoo Contest, I think you have to be registered.
So
for
if
the
you're not
festival.
like hardcore out there for the birding,
Well, and we don't like guides. We like doing our own thing, going at our own pace.
Well, we have a beer for lunch. We're
Yeah.
chilling out. Like there's a level to. I mean, as much
That-
as Brad and I are out there, I mean,
Travis-
every day the 4 days we were there, it was sun up to.
well, I mean, I
sundown.
know
I
if
tell
I
you-
said, "Hey, you guys want to go grab a beer?" I'd probably get a couple of yes.
Travis, I
Yeah.
tell you, the best part of every day. So it was like you wake up and like you look forward to, I know we're going to be outside somewhere until 6 o'clock at night,
Yep.
7 o'clock at night.
Yep.
But then for like an hour or something, we would pack a cooler every day, lunch meat, bread, mayonnaise, lettuce, tomatoes, beer, and we had lawn chairs, and we would post up out the back
Dumper?
at the back of the Subi for about an hour and just chill out and like have sandwiches, have snacks, drink some beers.
Talk about what we saw.
Yeah.
Talk about what the places that we're going next.
It was like the best part of the day.
Super.
And even
duper.
got towards the end, we were like, well, like, do we want to have lunch here or do we want to go to the next place and see what it looks like?
Yeah.
It might be a better scenery for lunch.
Yeah.
Nice, chill.
Yeah.
Relax.
Dude, it is. It's just a very fun time. You do
Yeah.
not need to have a registration. You can go there for an hour, or
And
you
all
can
their
go
state
there for
parks
a
are
week.
free.
All
Like,
their
Ohio
state parks are
free.
It's just a fun time, a fun experience. If you're one of those people that are listening that just want to experience something, you just like experiences, then you should think about going to a birding festival near you.
And
Yeah.
even if you don't know what you're looking at, like you can just walk up and say, hey, what are you guys looking at?
I have
And they'll say exactly what they're looking at.
Yeah.
I have
and
a
point
pretty
you out.
good a pretty good strategy for it. It's pretty nice. And I'm also 6'2", 6'3" on a good
Yeah.
day. So it's really nice.
It works out good.
Because I can kind of be like, because you'll walk up. It's almost kind of what you just do. Because you could just walk as fast as you want down the boardwalk until you find a group of people taking a photo
Yeah.
or looking through their bins or whatever. And I just walk up to them and I'm like, what are you looking at? And they'll be like, oh, we got a Tennessee warbler at 9 o'clock. We got a black and white warbler at 6 o'clock. And you're like, okay, cool. And then I would stand in the back because
A
I'm
little
taller than everyone.
birding cheat code.
Take
huh?
photos. Well, everyone does it, and everybody helps you find the birds.
And then Patrick hovers over them long enough that
Yeah.
they feel awkward, and then
Yeah,
they eventually
yeah.
all leave.
Like
Dude,
they
it's
feel like
true.
they're forced to give up their birding data.
Dude, the boardwalk is 4.5 feet wide, and I'm
On a good
3.5
day.
feet wide.
Birding Gestapo
Dude, and
walks up.
and I'm like a capuchin, and I'm like Patrick's baby capuchin monkey,
Yeah.
where I'm just like inside his, like underneath him, like
you're
up
taking
on his
pictures
shoulders.
in between his
Yeah,
arms.
yeah.
There was a time where I had Logan. It was during the whippoorwill when I had Logan all the way at my knees. I had Brad to my left, and Sarah was right behind me with bins. It was
Yeah.
so good.
I
dude.
will say, having a tall person
Yeah.
in the group is a very valuable thing to have because it does help keep team cohesion, group cohesion, because
Yeah.
we know, like, if we get lost, find the tall guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
But if there's like any sort of incident, you're probably gonna be the first one dead.
There's a good. I mean, I hope that my gait is long enough to make it past the other slow
Well,
guy.
it's more of like a headshot. Will just
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. And everybody notices me too, so that sucks. Some more things about the festival too is
I
the
didn't mean to bring it
Optics
down.
Alley. There's always, like you alluded to, there's places to kind of go shopping and get some merch or whatever, and that's mostly at the headquarters. But a really kind of fun part of this, and
it's
probably
the highlight of this.
yeah, and probably everywhere, at every festival is this way. But there's something called an optics alley where all the camera guys, the bin guys, the spotting scope guys,
Oh,
the gear
yeah.
guys.
There's one thing at the Optics Alley that's like, it's the coolest
Spotting
thing to
scopes.
do just
Spotting
every
scopes.
time.
You walk right past everything
Yeah.
to the spotting scopes. that are out
Outside, they
there.
have like 20 spotting scopes lined up on tripods.
Is it like when we went to the backpacking festival and there's a bunch like gear people
Yeah.
set up and stuff like that? Is
Yeah.
that kind of what it is? Like, hey,
Well, but
look
this-
through
but-
our optics.
But this
and-
is like
Yes.
nobody's
And they-
messing. Nobody's there. Nobody's no salesman. There's just
yeah.
20 tripods in the middle of a field lined up.
Yeah.
You're the only ones there. Like,
oh, they just let
there's no salesman
yeah.
their
saying
product
like,
speak for itself.
Yes.
and they're like there's like a dead tree. There's like stuff, like perfect things to focus on.
Yeah.
And you can just go down the line and be like, God damn.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
If I know
amazing.
myself, I would be like, God damn.
My mom,
It's so cool.
My mom listens to this, and she's a Swarovski fan. And Swarovski makes a line of bins and spotting scopes. My God, dude,
They were
it is
glorious.
insane.
Dude, they were
to look
so
through those
big.
things. They're so big. But it is. Oh my Lord! You
It's
can see
insane.
the heartbeat of a bird damn near.
Yeah.
It is insane.
It's super cool.
Swarovski also has bins. They make bins. Just a little bit of a more plug for Swarovski. They make bins.
If you have an
That would
extra,
be a
if you have an
nice
extra couple
sponsor.
grand.
That'd be a sweet sponsor. Keep talking, Benny.
They have bins that come with Merlin built in. So as you're looking at a bird, there's little like red, like it'll tell you the bird's name as you're looking through the binoculars.
I'll get that
And those
shit
are
outta
about
here.
$6,000 a pair.
Nah,
Crazy.
that ain't for me.
Yeah. No, I know. But dude, it's awesome to be able to go look at them for
That
a
is
couple
so
moments.
damn
dude.
lazy.
Yeah, whatever. It's awesome, dude.
Well, let's get into like what our favorite locations of the migration were.
Sure.
What do you mean the overall regional area? Because
I
or
think,
are you talking
I think
about in,
beyond
Ohio
biggest
itself?
week in American birding.
Yeah, go ahead.
Beyond that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah.
get to the migrations.
Mine's my backyard because that's the only place I saw.
Go ahead.
You didn't see any at the family
Well, and
farm?
the boulevard on Kensington, and the family farm.
Okay. I bet those woods at the family farm has some good stuff.
There's all sorts of shit.
Because that's super swampy land out there.
Touche.
Yeah.
I think, granted, like the Maggie Marsh Boardwalk is epic. It's hard to top that.
Yeah.
That's like we've talked about it, but it's a magical place where somehow birds don't get scared by people, and they're all eye level. It's just like a weird thing. They're
Yeah.
like right there in front of you, and they don't give a shit. And these are the most colorful.
Like just landing in the trees
Yeah.
right next
They're just
to
like
you.
eating like bugs and eating buds off trees, and just bouncing around, right? Like you don't need
me to
you don't
you.
need binoculars.
What do you think do you think that's generational trust?
Well, it's just it's a marsh. It could be, but there's no like tall trees. They're all pretty short. So there's nothing for them to like. Normally, when you're out, the tree, like the big tree warblers, is like when I went out with John, that's what he called them, the big tree warblers. They're just way up in the canopy and you can't see them. But here, they're like eye level. And they don't jump. They don't get scared. There's a million people around.
Is it because the canopy's lower, or?
Yeah, that's one reason. I honestly don't know, but it's why it's the place to go during the biggest week in American birding.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, I guess the closer you get to the shoreline, the shorter the trees are going to be.
Yeah, because it's like a march,
and they're all going to stop there. They have no choice.
Your number one, because I thought we wanted to get past the B.W.I.B.
Yeah, but I don't think we talked about like how special that like that place is.
Okay.
Because I think that's the obvious number one.
What's the thing that would makes you go back to that place? We've talked about all the things that it offers you.
Sheer numbers.
Just the amount of species that you
birds.
see.
You could make one pass down that boardwalk, which I think is like 1.5 miles. 3 miles.
I think it's longer. It's like something miles.
Yeah. You could walk down that and come out of that with 30 new species.
And it's the help that you get because other people are spotting them, and you're seeing them spotting them.
Yeah,
and it's a birding cheat code.
Yeah.
If you want to get your list up real quick.
Yeah.
Boom. Birding festival.
But another birding cheat code that I unlocked was going birding with Chad and his friend John, who's like a bird whisperer.
And you cheat coded in Texas, and you cheat coded in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Brad's all about.
I think you kind of have to be in some regard.
It's how you learn too.
But I'll also throw one out there, and that was the Indiana Dunes. We intended to go there, but kind of got a little bit lost after that first weekend. But I ended up going with my
I think at one point we all were gonna go to Indiana Dunes.
I went there with my nephew and my son, and we did 6 miles of a trail, 3 out, 3 back, and it was awesome. I mean, my phone was lighting up like crazy. It wasn't as easy to see the birds because there were tall trees, and it was but the scenery, the ecosystem was amazing. Yeah. The people out there, same way, it was amazing. The visitor center was pretty fun to go to.
Earlier, I mentioned in the beginning of that because that's
what I'm leading to.
Yeah.
I did
said
a lot
maybe
of
it's
shit
not
talking.
so great, but
I did a lot of shit talking about that area, and I think it's because I've only been to like the one place. But then Jabin, when I shit talked that place to Jabin, and Jabin spent a lot of time there, he said it was a lot cooler and it's a lot bigger than what I thought. So what I did is I went down to the Harry Douglas, I think, Visitor and Education Center. And that was all the way on the west side of the park, and I'm telling you, it was awesome. We just did that trail, and I added 7 species to my list just in that trail. It was absolutely beautiful, spread out to the point that so I do have kind of a negative about the BWIAB that I'll get into in a little bit, but that negative was not going to be found at the dunes because it was such a vast area that I saw maybe 2 other groups of people. Also, not as many people.
And also their website said something like they had a record number of registrants this year, and it was like 800.
I mean, that doesn't, I guess.
I thought it'd be way more than that.
I guess originally I kind of scoffed at that a little bit, and I'm not trying to sound like a butthole, but I kind of scoffed at that number. But then again, if we're saying that one of the drawbacks of the biggest week in Ohio is the sheer number of people, and that same migration pattern is happening on the other side of where we live, and there's 59,000 less people, isn't that then way better?
Yeah, well, not even that. Yes, that, and it seemed like there were tours that seemed kind of pricey, but tours at Dunes.
Yeah.
But tours that I didn't see at the Wormies tour going after worm eating and nesting warblers.
Yeah.
That would be a tour I'd go on.
Are you saying the
I'd
Dunes
pay $50 to go do that?
Might be a little underrated in terms of spring migration?
I'm saying that 60,000 people go 4.5 hours to the other direction to the biggest week in American birding. And Okay, I'm just gonna give a gripe.
Lay it out, brother.
Something about the biggest week in American birding. I don't know if it's the festival itself or just me getting more into this, but I think I witnessed a bit of the annoyingly dark side of birding, if you will.
I am intrigued.
And it was
The dark side of birding.
One incident that really pissed me off a little bit was the saw-whet owl.
Yeah.
I think that for a bunch of people that claim to be, these bird people, they're in it for the birds, they love birds and all these things. Boy, they sure didn't give a shit if they were scaring the ever-loving fuck out of a bird. And then it wasn't just
tiny little
cute bird. And these people were acting like fucking animals in some regard. It was
Are you saying the visitors?
The people there, they're birding. I mean, so much so that plenty of times because we had to walk by that area because you did the loops at the boardwalk. But there were plenty of times when I was walking up there and like volunteers at the biggest week were like, all right, guys, everybody move.
Well, so
like, this is fucking crazy.
This was a saw-whet owl in a bush, like 2 to 3 feet off the boardwalk.
Yeah.
So
in
it was
a
like
bush.
Walmart, Black Friday, doorbuster
and it's
deals.
a saw-whet owl. Like, you don't see saw-whet owls.
You don't see one, so it's exceptionally rare. But like,
and it's kind of camouflaged in this bush too. Like, it's not completely exposed.
Well, and you have the guy with the biggest lens because he's a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
And he's standing there in front of everyone because he's got to get the master shot in his lens.
And it's a lens where it's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing with that out here?
2 feet away from the bird's face, and he won't move. So then, like, the kids that are coming up there, my son, and I personally witnessed like 3 other kids that were trying to have this magical moment. And you have this dickhead 65-year-old with a big fucking lens like he's about to take the greatest goddamn photo in the world. And I at that moment, I was like, oh, this might not be like the friendliest place in the world. It just kind of pissed me off.
No, I completely understand you on that. And my experience goes to Indianapolis Colts training camp. And like towards the end of the training camp, like, the big dudes, the big names from the Colts will come, off to the sidelines and start signing autographs and stuff. And I always think like, oh, that's so cool for them to be able to do that. And, and you just see these I don't know, grown ass dudes just running there with a bunch of crap, like cutting off the kids and the families. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing, man?
Yeah.
Like, that's so. I had a hat. I didn't get Pat McAfee's signature on my hat that I brought to the training camp because I was like, these kids need it more than me.
Well, I applaud that. And I guess like then that's...
Well, we saw this twice.
Yeah,
we saw it with the whippoorwill.
Yes, we did.
And a saw-whet owl.
Yes.
Which, look up pictures of both.
Well, and then there was also the scarlet tanager in the parking lot. And
Patrick was about to fight somebody.
That was when I actually spoke up because that was shortly after the saw-whet owl when I watched adults act like absolute assholes. And then when I was walking out the parking lot, there was a scarlet tanager kind of flying from bush to bush. And when we walked up, there seemed to be like this, like, just unsaid line of people standing there that because they weren't like encroaching, so they didn't scare the bird away for everybody else to see.
And it was like 15 people in a line.
Yeah, like so and then
we might as well have been arm in arm.
Excited because he gets to add another bird. I'm trying to get him out there. It's just fun for all of us and have an 11-year-old that's enjoying it too. So he's trying to get a photo, and then this like 4 people in this family just walk straight up to as close as you could possibly get in front of everyone. And I just didn't like the idea that in the Listers movie, they make a comment about it.
How it's the lack of self-awareness.
It's a fucking bird, bro.
People
as much as we're having, it's just a bird.
Yeah. It's just a fucking bird.
Relax
chill the fuck
and
out.
let's give everybody else. And then when I can say that kind of stuff, and then I go to the dunes to tie this all together, I guess it's a bit underrated because if you can talk about the sheer amount of people at one, and there's another one in the direct path of this migration as well with 59,000 less people, then it seems like that's the one for you. And I got the experience like when you were out there, you were by yourself, and that was really fun.
It's like there's bird paparazzi. They come out there and ruin everything.
I think you guys will enjoy it next time.
Like I think I was telling Sarah like that felt like this feels gross.
Well, and what was Sarah's like least favorite part? It was
the
that
crowds
stuff
on the boardwalk. Yeah,
it was just like a little much.
I think
she did not want to go back to the boardwalk.
I've never felt more gross in my life when I just followed the crowd.
But there's like a way to do it. Like there's an etiquette to it.
For the most part,
people forget when they want to get the perfect shot or their new bird.
That's the thing.
But for the most part, you should. Like it's last year was one of my most favorite parts. Is because I couldn't identify a palm warbler and a northern yellow warbler. Like I didn't know the difference. So going up to a group of people that knew the difference and them be able to tell me what I'm going to take a photo of or what to get excited about, like that's cool. But there's a level there of like
decorum.
And sometimes people would walk up and be like, "What do you see?" And I'd be like, "It's a black-Bernese warbler." And they'd be like, "Oh, I already saw one," and they would just turn around and walk away.
That's what I
like.
would
Who
do.
gives a shit? But it's also like, I mean, it's
like,
still.
Why did you have to make that comment? Just
because people are out there for their life list,
and it's also still a cool looking bird, and it's like 4 feet away from us right now.
Oh, I thought he was like, I already saw that.
No, he's like, I don't give a fuck. Like I already saw that bird.
Yeah,
I've already seen a black Bernese on this trip.
Piece of shit.
I'm not trying to like shit talk this whole thing because
are birders aggressive?
No. The whole premise of this is these festivals are exceptionally fun.
Yeah, these are few and far between.
These are few and far between individuals.
Paddy, you started this. You had some gripes.
There's shitty people everywhere you go.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't,
well, anywhere we go on the trail, you know, at one end or the other, you're gonna run into a group of people that are just loud as hell, screaming. They're not in the moment whatsoever.
Let me just kind of end this section before I don't want to keep going down this negative path. But all I'm saying is that if you have gone to the biggest weekend birding and didn't like the crowds, if you are not into crowds and want to go birding, then I think there's a perfect substitute for you, and that's over at the Indiana Dunes Birding Festival to plug them. That was cool. That's all I'm saying.
And also the Maggie Marsh Boardwalk is the only place with the crowd.
That's true. You can go to all the other places and be almost with no one too.
Yeah.
And for the Indiana Dunes, the Indiana Audubon does a little thing up there for
They're the ones that
migration.
put it together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome stuff, dude. It is really cool. What I'm curious now. I want to get to our birding stuff because I think we're running out of time after the rant.
Yeah.
But what did you add? Like, how many did you add? You don't have to tell me every species. Like, where were you at in your life list, and then where did you come?
You were
at?
damn near 200.
Yeah, I was like 283.
Oh shit.
287.
Yeah.
Way behind.
And I'm at 306 now.
Are you shitting me?
286.
Yeah.
What's the math?
But honestly, the most that I got was when I went out with Chad at the Ball Nature Preserve.
Nice.
We got 76 different species on that.
And this was after the
photographed. You guys took 76.
No, we saw.
Nope.
We're going by everybody else's rules. If you see it with your bins.
Oh well. Nope. I still don't agree. Nope.
What if you see it just with your eyes?
Yeah, it counts. Just not to Paddy because he doesn't trust you that you actually saw
I don't
it.
I don't trust anybody that much. No way.
My philosophy on it, the way I do my birding is I don't really care what anybody else thinks. If I saw the bird, I saw it and I'm happy about it.
Yeah. Like I saw so many new birds that I never expected I would see.
That's cool. So you went from 286 to 306?
Yeah.
What's the math? Is that 20? Is that
30?
30 birds this migration? Or how much did you come out with at the end of migration
20,
so far?
20.
Then?
306. I'm at 306 right now.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Damn, that's crazy.
I want to know where, because after you guys did the festival in Ohio, and then Paddy went to. Well, you went up there with Chad too, like the first day, right?
No.
To the dunes. Chad never went up there.
No, I just went with my nephew and Sebastian.
Okay, you just went up there to do, and then you, Brad, and Chad later went.
Yeah, we went. I drove like an hour away to the Edmond and Virginia Ball Nature Preserve
in Indiana.
It's like up like northwest part, like by Webster. There's a ton of nature preserves up in that area. It is Kosciuszko County. So I'm now on the on the leaderboard that Jabin was talking about. Him and Chad argue. Now my name's in the mix because I got 76 new species of the year at Kosciuszko County.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Bullshit.
Brad's leading like the freaking ranking in several different counties in Indiana right now.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Because you saw 76 species with binoculars? Or you heard them too?
We saw them.
Okay. You saw 76 birds species when you went out there?
Yeah.
Okay. Just
Can
wanna
you
make
just
sure.
straight up lie on that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's the honor
Absolutely,
system.
people can.
Yeah, because otherwise you'd probably have to send in there's a picture. And then
That's why Paddy says
it'd be
unless you have
endless.
a photo, it doesn't count.
I
don't
think
even
that
even know if that
concept,
counts.
it is ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
I bet there's
I
some that
say-
you've misidentified with
How
the photo.
about you?
Sure, absolutely.
Just be a trustful person. And
Nope, because I know humanity.
Well,
And the second there's competition involved, the second people will cheat.
but also with,
I would trust Brad. I'd trust you.
but
It's
also
not
with,
even that I don't trust Brad. I just don't know if, like,
He would lie to you or
But
not?
it's not about lying. It's about misidentification.
but see,
of
it's
stuff,
also
you know?
like being with Chad and so Chad invited his friend John, who's like an old school, like it was amazing. I learned a shitload being out with this guy. He was awesome. So being with those two, there was many things where if I like a Canada warbler, I may not have said like, yep, Canada warbler, check. But I saw it, or say a morning warbler, yellow body grayhead. They're like, I'm like, oh man, yellow body grayhead. And they're like, yep, that's a morning warbler. And I'm like, oh, yes, morning warbler, of course.
I tell you what, it is nice to have that confirmation next to you because I'm still looking at house sparrows and wondering if they're house sparrows
Yeah.
to this day.
Yeah. See, that's what I've gotten to the point now where I'm Ben's, like I've gone kind of swapped back and forth. Like now I'm Ben's first. And then if it's a good shot or if it's something that's like showing itself, then I pull my camera up. Or if it's a good shot right off the bat, I pull my camera up first. But if it's like I can barely see it, like bouncing around in leaves, then I put Ben's on it and see what it is.
You're getting that
and just watch it.
photographer's instinct.
Like there's no point if it's not going to be a good shot. Like there's no point in taking the photo.
You're going to start smoking cigarettes here soon?
Lucky Strike, or no, what's the black cloves or whatever? But it's funny because my favorite photo from the birding festival, Bazzi actually spotted this, and it was two robins, parents feeding their nestlings,
Yeah.
and it was like 2 feet off the boardwalk. And one of the coolest photos I got was like one of the parents hovering over, like all the nestlings, like with their heads straight up, beaks
Yeah,
open. Yeah. I got a photo like that, and it's like a robin. You see them all the time, but
That's
it's an awesome photo.
That's my thing is that I'm just, because I'll like text you guys and be like, oh, I saw this bird in my backyard and I've been watching it with my bins doing this cool shit the whole time.
Yeah.
And then you guys are like, oh, yeah, fuck off, you dumb idiot. We're at the birding festival.
I'm looking at warblers, bro.
Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? The ordinary birds can be cool too.
What are your favorite birds that you got at the festival this year?
A gray gnatcatcher building a nest,
Yeah. Oh, you showed
like
it to
sitting in the
Bazzi and I.
nest.
Yep.
Yeah. And a black-berrien warbler was super cool, or black-berrien.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one that I want to.
It's super cool.
That's
It's-
a cool
it's
ass
so
looking
cool.
bird.
Google that, listeners, like, cause it has like a fire head.
Black-bernian warbler.
Yeah.
If you're
Check it out.
Super
you're
cool.
from the Midwest and you don't know about warblers,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're missing.
You're
out,
gonna,
dude.
yeah, your mind's gonna be blown on
For
the,
a
like
good 2 months out of the year, you're missing out.
Yeah. And the black-throated blue warbler, there's something about that.
That
Like, I
was
feel like
cool.
that's more of a common one, but that one looks so cool. Like, the contrast of the blue and the black on his face is so
Yeah.
cool.
One of my favorite photos I got at the Catawba Falls was the northern yellow warbler. When I saw that little guy in its nest as well.
Oh, yeah.
I got a photo of it. I posted on socials
Super
already
cool.
for us.
We were
but was
watching it
just
build a nest.
staring at us dead in the eyes.
Yeah.
So I got a photo of it just like propped up in its nest looking at us. It was
Super
so cool, but we
cool.
sat there and watched it for probably 10 minutes or so, just fly away.
And they
pick up
both,
stuff.
it
come
seemed like
back.
there may have been two just coming and
Oh,
going.
yeah, probably.
Super cool.
That was one of my favorites. We alluded to the Eastern whippoorwill.
Yeah, that was
That was so.
that's one of my favorites too.
That was such a cool. A master of disguise. Somebody when I first
Oh, my
got there
God.
said that
I saw the picture Brad had, and I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah,
I can't even tell.
It was
looked like-
incredible.
they said if you think that's, or if you don't think that's the whippoorwill, that's it. That's the.
Dude,
That's
like
how they
hearing,
were telling us.
hearing people like we were 100 yards down the thing. We hadn't even gotten there yet.
Yeah.
And some guy was like, they're gonna tell you look for the woodpecker holes, go down that tree, like blah 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 blah. And he's like, look for this and that, and we're like, okay, dude, cool.
You found it fast. Though.
Yeah, I followed that guy's advice.
Yeah.
And he found it.
I do want to highlight Brad.
The guy at the top of the mountain. I mean,
Because Brad,
weather's gonna be good. Your guys are good.
Brad created a new way of showing people really how
Oh,
to
yeah.
find a bird. Brad, do you want to tell Travis?
Like it felt pretty good, especially when there's like somebody really struggling, like
Yeah.
really wants. You can tell they really want to
because
see
we had
it.
ample amounts of times to test this process.
I was thinking about
and
this
Brad laid
just
it,
a couple
dude.
days ago because I was talking to Debbie and I was like, "Oh, how can I describe to her
Yeah. Go
ahead,
where
Brad.
this freaking bird is?"
So what you do is straight up just take a photo with your phone, try to make it so that subject's in focus, like tap on the screen and where the subject is so it's in focus,
Yeah,
and then pull up that photo and point and say, look right here, and like hold it up to what you're looking at.
yeah.
Fucking
And say,
perfect.
like,
Like
see,
instant
and like
reference,
find the biggest thing, like a dead tree on the ground, and be like, okay, see this dead tree, see the dead tree in real life.
Bing,
Like
bing,
follow it back,
Perfect.
and like bam,
it
there
works
it is.
like 20 times
Yeah.
after that.
People get
that-
so they're like, holy shit.
Well,
there it
yeah,
is.
that's
Yeah, I think
definitely.
people commented. They're like, "That was a great way of showing me where
there
that
was
bird
somebody
is."
one time there was somebody that I was like, man, hey, I came up with this good way to find photos, blah blah blah, because his girlfriend was trying to tell him where it was and
Yeah.
he couldn't see it, and then I just turned around and walked away, and he was like, oh, it would have been nice if you would have done that for me, like took a photo and showed me where it was. I was like, I didn't even hear him say
That
it.
is. That's like a good, like, new 21st century way to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it works great.
Yeah,
but they do
it
have
was
to be
cool.
kind of like chilling. They can't be going too crazy because
Yeah,
then they
they don't.
move, you know.
Yeah,
But yeah, it worked great.
That
and,
was-
and
those-
it was fun, like show like people get it. Because there were some people you could tell just like were like getting so frustrated and they really wanted to see this
Yeah.
whippoorwill. And they just can't, dude. It was camouflaged. It was.
it was
crazy.
hard. I mean, like that guy said. Oh, it was hard. It was very.
And you
hard
hear
to see.
people all around being like, "Find the tree with the woodpecker holes. Go down that tree.
Yeah.
There's a
Oh,
splash
my
of
God.
sunlight
Yeah.
over some grass.
Splash of
And, like
sunlight.
that's, dude. It was literally like everywhere you
You're
heard.
describing a painting.
Yeah, it was awesome.
One of my other favorite birds that we saw while we were at Howard Marsh Metro Park, which is a really so we ended up going to a couple other places, like I said, and there was this place we went last year that Brad and I were like, we need to go there because that's where the shorebirds are, and there are tons of them.
And it took us like 3 places that we went to try to
Yeah,
find.
I just couldn't think of it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
neither of us
I think
could.
it was kind of like the last place on the list. It was like, oh, or I think you said it. Let's go to Howard Marsh. And I was like,
Yeah.
all right, let's try it. And as soon as we pulled in, we're like, this is it, dude.
But that's
Yeah.
the thing. There's so many marshes and shit. Like
yeah,
it's-
there are.
Yeah,
But I'll remember that forever because when we first pulled in, there's a kind of a marsh pond thing to your left, and there were a boatload of people standing out there, but just because like in that one area was 5 different species of birds,
Like
and
a
there was
bunch
the
of terns.
Caspian terns, dude. those things to me, after photographing them and zooming in and watching them for a little bit.
What's the name
those
now?
Caspian.
Caspian?
Terns.
Yeah.
Terns.
And there was like 20, 25
Just
of them
like chilling in the water.
perched on the water.
And
What, they're shorebirds?
yeah, well, no.
They're seabirds, I think, is what they call.
Yeah, if you remember back to the story that one of us did about the Arctic tern,
I think,
the
you
tern
did.
that stays in the water, like almost its whole like
Over the
in
water.
flight over
Yeah.
the water.
Yeah.
That's a tern. And we got a photo of a common tern, and then we got these, but the common, what I thought was cool is these Caspian terns are huge.
Yeah.
Like they are much larger than a common tern. Or when I was down in South Carolina, I got a Forster's tern and another one. They were they just looked like they were stealth.
And they're all sitting close in the water, and they're all facing like angled exactly the same direction, like
Yeah.
into the wind,
Into the
exactly
wind.
into the wind.
Yep.
Well-disciplined birds.
Oh, it's a cool thing to see.
It was really cool when we pulled up on those, and
And they are like stoic looking.
yeah, it was neat. Caspian, so terns are the birds that you generally see like kind of flying around, like staying still in air over the water, and then they go boom, hit the water, come back out with a fish or maybe nothing.
Yeah.
But that's a tern. You'll see that
they hunt for fish that come a little too close to the surface.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
We
yeah.
saw a bunch of them when we did the All Sable River too.
Yeah, we did.
We were watching them fish one day.
Yep.
That's cool.
Super
yeah,
cool.
I do like birds that fish.
Yeah, they're fun to watch.
It is fun. Another one, and we can roll out if we want, but I just want to point the Wilson snipe. That was my first time
Yeah, that was
seeing
cool.
like to me that was kind of like, I don't know if it's actually this, but kind of like a woodcock, a Virginia rail, just seemed like very
Elusive.
It never really came out of the weeds or anything.
It's another super camouflaged one too.
Yeah. But there was some lady, right in this Howard Marsh that was like, hey, there's a Wilson snipe right there. And we all got eyes on it. And
This is where the Brad Greer method of taking a photo and showing people originated.
yeah, yes.
Because it was really hard to see.
Yeah. So that was really cool. There was just a lot. It's not just
See,
warblers.
that's the thing. Like,
it's
there's a
so
lot of cool
much.
moments. Yeah.
Yeah, and like throughout, it was, what was it, over a 2 week period, over a week period you guys were out and about?
It's about 2 weeks pretty hard, I think, like going out
Yeah, I mean,
quite often.
there's still birds here that
Yeah, I heard a Tennessee warbler during lunch today.
yeah. If you were to go on to it's a thing called Birdcast. That's
I've been getting
only
cedar waxwings all
There
over.
you go.
yeah.
Only available during the migration is this Birdcast. And like right now we're just getting to like the peak. Now the there's different like waves of birds that come in.
Yeah,
Brad's the
yeah.
one that told me this, where like although we're at the peak of that migration, the warblers are on their way, like almost on.
Like now
gone.
it could be like gray catbirds or what's showing up.
It's like a
Buntings.
bell shape.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have, this is the
And, like,
most
ducks.
amount of species
You'll have the
Yeah.
at
fly
the top,
catchers.
Like ducks are
but you'll get
first.
some later
Yeah, ducks are first. Yeah.
ones flying through. Yeah,
Right now, like if we went out, you would probably see the vireos, the flycatchers.
So what you're
the
saying
larger
is,
birds.
don't go inside. Like the migration's
Oh, yeah.
not over
This
with.
is a wonderful season to be out.
And,
Get
like,
your
For
ass
sure,
out
dude.
there.
Another really cool moment I'll shout out, be my last one. I was at Matea County Park, Matea North County Park, and I've read on the Indiana Audubon website they have like a Save the Wood Thrush. Like it's the sound of the forest, like a beautiful sound just permeating through the forest. And I've
Example?
never heard them before. I've never seen them before. And there was like 3, 4, 5 from all corners of the forest calling, and it was like enchanting. It was super cool.
Yeah.
You
That's
gotta, you can't just give us. It was enchanting, and you gotta give us the sound.
Okay, I'll plug a sound in right here.
Dude, I got
Oh my god!
I got a cool photo too. I about fell into the Cedar Creek River trying to get a photo, and I got a cool photo of one
I'm
too.
glad you didn't.
Me too.
I
Thank
got
you.
a gray cheek thrush when I was out at the dunes.
Oh,
that was
wow.
one of the ones I added.
That's a cool one.
And it does have gray cheeks.
That's a very cool one.
Ironic.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good
like
one. I think that's
facial?
a hard one to get.
Facial cheeks?
Yeah, it was like the whole side of its face was gray. Looked
Nice.
like an old
Good.
fart out there. Anything else you guys want to cover?
Sarah said she has warbler neck still.
Oh.
She's recovering from warbler neck. She had a
little
good
sore.
time, but she may or may not go back next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of my final question to end the show was you guys been there 2 years in a row. Are you going back next year?
Yeah, I told once again.
Despite the
Now that I've gone to the 4,
Disrespect.
we went for 4 days. Like there's no going back to work for me for that week.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think at least because it is like if we would have stayed 2 more days, we would have been like peak migration, I think.
Yeah, which is crazy too because that's like last year we were there for the second weekend. This time we were there for the first week, the
Yeah.
opening week of the festival in Ohio. And I think a benefit of staying the whole time is like by Wednesday, everybody from that first weekend's like, see you later. And then you just kind of like, there's 40,000 less people.
You rotate through the assholes.
oh, that's the if you can get there. I always
I'm sorry I
prefer
got so negative.
going on vacation during the week.
Yeah.
Weekdays.
Oh, yeah.
Because it just makes everything
It
so
was
Well,
easy.
even the second weekend, it's just everything kind of flushed out, and it seemed like it was.
I got way better photos last year than I did this year.
Well, like for instance, I came out of it with 19 new species, and mind you, I deleted my life list at the beginning of the year. Last year, I had like not near as many birds already on my life list before going, and I added 41 last year.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I mean that was the difference between the weekends, and we
Yeah.
spent more time. I mean, we were only here
Yeah.
for 9 hours there
Yeah.
last year. This time
My
we were
ass
there
was
for 4
tired
days.
as hell.
Yeah,
I will say we did watch Alone, the survival documentary.
they got me
Yeah.
into it, dude. Every night when we were going through our life list and our photographs, we turn on Alone. They got me into it. I've never seen an
it was
episode of
amazing.
it.
That's good.
I still haven't finished it either.
I'm like, I have a couple episodes left.
You should text me what season we're on,
Okay.
so then
yeah,
I know,
well,
because I don't even know what.
I
I'm
think it's the
watching.
latest, but I'll let you know. I'll check.
All right, is there anything else, dudes? Go have fun. Next year, 2027 is going to be insane. If you want something a little bit more lax, Indiana Dunes Birding Festival is right there for you, and
Yeah.
you should go there too.
And I think this season of the migration kind of has established a little bit of our podcast. I think we're going to be doing this probably every migration season now,
Yeah,
which
for
is
sure.
pretty freaking
Yeah,
cool.
For sure.
Yeah. So, well, get your ass out and look at them birds.
Yeah.
Or just get your ass out.
Get your ass out.
Yep.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Keep on sundering.
See ya.
Goodbye. Tweet, tweet.